Hi, I'm Julie, and this is my first cooking show. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make pecan lace cookie cups. All you need are a few basic ingredients. You need your brown sugar, light corn syrup, cake flour, I like to use soft as silk, and some raw pecans. You also need to have a few basic tools to make your cookie cups with. You need a sheet tray and some 6 by 6 inch parchment squares, which I've sprayed with some non-stick cooking spray, and whatever you want to mold your cookies around. I like to use a ramekin or a dessert cup, but if you don't have one of those, you can go to your pantry and pick whatever 15-ounce can you'd like to mold your cookies on. I like to use black beans. Black beans are my can of choice today. So before we start, we need to preheat our oven to 325 degrees. So the first thing that we need to do is to prepare all our ingredients, and you need to measure out 1/3 cup of sugar, brown sugar, 1/3 cup of cake flour, and 1/4 cup of corn syrup. You also need to finely chop your nuts. You can either do it by hand, or if you have a handy nut chopper, that's a quick, easy way to do it, or you can do them in a food processor. You just want to make certain that you don't grind them to a paste. You also need a 1/2 stick of butter, 4 tablespoons of butter. And once you have gathered all your ingredients, you're going to take a small heavy-duty pot, and you're going to take your butter and put it into the pot along with your brown sugar and your corn syrup. If you have a spatula, that's a handy tool to have to get all of the corn syrup out of the measuring cup with. Just want to make sure you get as much out as you can. And once you have that done, you're going to put it on the stove and bring it to a boil. Oops. Try not to drip that corn syrup all over the place because it can be a sticky, gooey mess. So now it's going to have to come to a boil here, which takes a few minutes. I only have an electric stove, so not as quick and efficient as those of you who have gas, but it still does the job. So once your mixture has come to a boil and the butter is fully melted in there, you want to stir in your 1/3 cup of cake flour and your 1/2 cup of pecans that are finely chopped. And you just want to make sure that you stir it up so that it's fully incorporated in there, leaving you with a nice cookie batter to work with. These are really a very simple cookie to make. The finished product looks very professional, so one might think that it's quite difficult, but it's not that difficult at all once you get the hang of it. The trickiest part comes in the molding of the cookies, but I'll show you how to do that too, so that you have a nice cookie cup to present whatever you want to present in it. I'm going to be serving it with fresh plum ice cream. You can do any ice cream of your choice in it, or you could do a mousse, chocolate mousse, or some whipped cream and fresh berries. Anything will work in those cookie cups, anything you desire. The batter's now fully incorporated, and it's ready to become cookie cups. The other piece of equipment I forgot to mention is that you'll need to have a tablespoon to measure out your cookie batter with. So you want to measure about 2 shy tablespoons of cookie batter onto your greased parchment square. And try and get it in the center of the square if possible, so that when it spreads, it doesn't spread over the edges. If it does, it's not the end of the world, but it'll make an easier transition from cookie to molding if you have it completely on the parchment square at the end of baking time. Once you have the batter on the square, you're going to take the parchment and sheet tray and pop it into your oven, and you're going to bake that cookie for about 12 minutes until it's a golden brown. Once the cookies are a golden brown, took exactly 12 minutes in my preheated oven, you want to take the cookie and parchment and mold it over your dessert cup. They are quite hot, so do it gingerly so you don't burn the tips of your fingers off. And you want to just wait 30 seconds here so that it hardens a little bit. You actually can do that before you put it on the cookie cup. Just let it harden for 30 seconds so that it sets up more easily. And once it does that, you want to just mold it around your cup. It might take a few tries to get the shape you're looking for. You can hold it in place as best as you can without frying your fingertips. And leave it there for it to set up. The parchment paper is going to separate itself from the cookie cup, and that's exactly what you want it to do. It should peel off really easily. You can continue to form it and shape it while it's still soft, if you like, to get the right size cookie cup you'd like. And this just takes a few seconds. I've chosen to do 4 cookie cups. If you want to do that, then you need to have more dessert molds or more cans of choice, and continue molding them in the same fashion. You probably don't want to do too many more than 4 at a time. If you do, they will tend to cool down on the tray and be a little too difficult to form on your mold. And if that happens, then you can pop them back into your oven for about 30 seconds to soften them up again. Once your cookie cup is hardened on the mold, flip it over onto your plate, and voila, you now have your first beautiful looking pecan lace cookie cup to impress friends and family with. I hope you enjoy the first Cooking with Julie show. Please be sure to tune in and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.